Welcome to the 10th episode where I've been looking at the 2020 GCE Mathematics Paper 1. So in the first 9 episodes, we focused on question 1 through 21. So today we are looking at question 22 and 23. So 22 leads 22n, solve the equation x squared minus 7x equals 8. So if you look at this equation, is nothing but a quadratic equation in the form ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. So we have this equation x squared minus 7x equals to 8. We take 8 the other side, it becomes a negative. So we have x squared minus 7x minus 8 equals 0. So in this case, the product is now 1 multiplied by negative 8 is negative 8. Then sum is negative 7. Then we have factors. What are the two factors? The two numbers that when we multiply them, they will give us negative 8. When we add them, they will give us negative 7. So we have basically negative 8 and 1. So whenever there is 7x, we replace with these two. So we have x squared minus 8x plus x minus 8 equals 0. Then we factor out what is common between this and this. Okay, so between these two we have x. Then x into x squared is x. X into 8 is 8. Then here we have a 1. 1 into x is x. 1 into 8 is negative 8 equals 0. Then what is key? Ensure that these two should be the same. If they're different, you've made a mistake somewhere. So we can factor out these two since it's common. So it's x minus 8 outside. Then into this one we get x. Then into this one we get 1. And this equals to 0. So it's either one of these two should be 0. So x minus this is equal to 0, or x plus 1 equals to 0. Or both of them could be 0. 0 times 0 is 0. Then we have x is equal to 8. The moment 8 crosses the equal sign, it becomes a positive. Then we have x is equal to negative 1. The moment this one goes the other side, it becomes a negative. So this is how you answer part A to get the full marks. So let us move to part B. So part B leads, the diagram below is a graph of y is equal to negative 4 open bracket x minus half to the power 2 plus 9. Find the coordinate x. So find the x coordinate of A and B. So we are only interested in the x coordinate. So at A is the x-axis and at B is x-axis. So along the x-axis, the value of y is 0. So what it means is from this one we equate whenever there is y, we put a 0. So this becomes 0 is equal to basically minus 4. Then x minus half to the power 2 plus 9. Then what happens is we take this one this side. So the moment it crosses the equal sign, this becomes a positive. So we have 4 multiplied by x minus half to the power 2 is equal to 9. Remember, we're only taking this part. So we can divide by 4 this side to divide by 4 this side. So we get with x minus half to the power 2 is equal to 9 over 4. Then we can find the square root this side and the square root this side. So what we get is x minus half is equal to plus or minus the square root of 9 is 3, the square root of 4 is 2. So this tells us that x minus half is either equal to 3 over 2 or x minus half is equal to minus 3 over 2. So what we get is x is equal to basically 3 over 2 plus half. Okay, so 3 over 2 plus half is basically, which is in this case x1 will be equal to basically 2, or x in this case is equal to minus 3 over 2 plus half. When this one crosses this, it becomes a positive. So in this case, x, the second value of x will be basically negative 1. So negative 1 is this side, then 2 is at B. So that's what it is. So at A is -1, at B +2. The coordinates of C, which is this one, the coordinate of C. So at this point is along the x-axis or the y-axis. It's along the y-axis, so the value of x is 0. So what it means in this case, to solve that equation, so we need to, whenever there is x in this equation, we put a 0. So y is equal to -4 multiplied by 0 minus half to the power 2 plus 9. Then we can easily find the value of y, because this is along the y-axis, so the value of x is 0. So -4, then multiplied by -half to the power 2, then plus 9. So what we get is -4 multiplied by -half times -half is 1/4, then plus this, then this is this, and that cancels this. -1 plus 9, we get basically 8. So the value of basically y at this point at C is basically 8. So this is how you answer question 22. Let us move to question 23. So question 23 reads, a sprinter runs a race of 200 meters. Her total time for running the race is 25 seconds, ending at u meters per second. Below is a sketch of the motion of the sprinter. Calculate the A acceleration in the first 4 seconds. So key facts that we've been given the total distance, then we've been given the total time. Then question A is asking us to find the acceleration in the first 4 seconds. So acceleration is given by velocity, final velocity minus initial velocity over final time minus initial time. So in this case, at 4 seconds, the final velocity is 9. We are starting from the least, which is 0 over 4 minus 0, which is basically 9 over 4, which is basically 1 over 4, or 2.25 meters per second square as the answer. Alright, then B, distance covered in the first 20 seconds. So distance is basically the area under the curve, so A plus B. So we can find area A to be basically half, because it's a triangle, multiplied by 4 minus 0 is a 4. Then this one, which is 9 minus 0, which is 9. Then plus, so this is for A, then plus for B. So B is basically this times that. So it's 20 minus 4, which is 16, multiplied by 9 minus 0, which is 9. So we are going to end up with basically 4 times 9 is 18, times half is 18, then 16 times 9 is 144. Then when you sum the two, we end up with 162 meters as the distance covered. So that's it for B, 162 meters. Let us move to C. So C, the value of u. So the value of u is this velocity up to here. So we know that the total race is 200 meters. So from here to here, we've already found it to be 162. So this area, which remains, should be 200 minus 162. So we get basically 38. So this whole area is 38. So how can you find the area of that? So the area is a summation of this triangle and this rectangle. So this rectangle is basically 25 minus 20 is a 5, multiplied by the height, which is u. Okay, then plus the area of this triangle, which is basically half, multiplied by, we have 9 minus u. Okay, then we multiply by this distance, which is 25 minus 20, which is 5, and this should give us 38. So we have 5u, then plus, so we have 9 5 times half is 2.5 multiplied by 9 minus u, then equals 38. So we can expand. So when we expand, we have 5u plus, so if you multiply 9 times 2.5, so if you multiply 9 by 2.5, so 2 times 9 is basically 18, then half of 9 is 4.5, so we get basically 22.5, then minus 2.5u equals 38. Okay, so what we have is the 5u minus 2.5u equals 38 minus 22.5. So this is basically 2.5u equals, so 38.0 minus 2.5, so this is 7, then this is 1, so we have 5, then 7 minus 2 is a 5, then what we get at the end of the day, 3 minus 1 is 15, we get 15.5. Then when we divide by 2.5 this side and 2.5 this side, what we end up with basically is x is equal to, so we're trying to find u will be equal to nothing but 6.2 meters per second. 6.2 meters per second. Remember, in here, what you do here and this, so 5, or what you do is you can multiply by 10, so that we have 155 over 25 multiplied by 10 throughout. So 5 into 25 is a 5, 5 into 15 is a 3, 5, remember 0, 5 into a 5 is a 1, so then 5 into 30 is a 6, remainder 1, 5 into 31 is a 6, remainder 1, 5 into 1 is 2.2. So basically this is how you get the 6.2 meters per second. So that's the answer for C. So basically this is how you get the 4 marks from these 2 questions. Thank you for joining me on this journey.